Hi guys, welcome to season 5. This season we'll talk about some of the storms we face in our daily lives. Today's storm is paying homage to my Caribbean home. This is Hurricane Fear. June 1st commences the Atlantic hurricane season, which lasts for 6 months to November 30th. Atlantic hurricanes are usually experienced as rapid winds and heavy rains that are formed in the Atlantic Ocean and make their way up into the Northern Hemisphere. They're categorized from a 1 to 5 based on their intensity once the storm develops into hurricane status. Hurricanes form over the ocean, often beginning as a tropical wave, a low-pressure area that moves through the moisture-rich tropics, possibly enhancing shower and thunderstorm activity. The warmth of the tropical waters is usually one of the conditions that intensifies a storm into a higher category. Just like a hurricane that needs a combination of low pressure and moisture, fear requires combinations of conditions to be effective. I chose fear as the opening storm because as we proceed throughout this season, we will discover fear as a component of most, if not all, other mentioned storms. Fear is defined as an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by the anticipation or awareness of danger and accompanied by increased autonomic activity. The autonomic nervous system regulates certain body processes such as blood pressure and the rate of breathing. And when we are fearful, we may find ourselves in physical distress or panic. Fear is coupled with doubt. They are like Siamese twins. We fear what we don't know. We fear what we can't see the final outcome of, what we need more information about. There's a simple thing I'm afraid of: theme park rides. Most of them. I think I watched too many Final Destination movies and that didn't help. But my logic brain makes me able to, even in fear, go to a theme park or a fair, F-A-I-R, and go on a ride. But as early as I can recall, at basic school age, I've been either crying or stepping off of rides mid-procession. Stepped off a carousel, cried on a roller coaster, squealed on a Ferris wheel because it stopped while I was up in the air. I've thrown up after disembarking a half moon because I was just so tense. Yes, and those are just the ones I can remember right now. But believe it or not, I've gone on bigger, faster versions of these same rides since. I've had greater heart-pumping, adrenaline-rushing experiences. Yet sometimes I've felt those same feelings of fear creeping into my being, and I've had to address them in the midst of those experiences. There are questions I've asked myself to snap out of the tumultuous push and pull of doubt and fear. Case in point, what is the likelihood of my worst mentally constructed outcome actually occurring? It's healthy and normal, yes, to be afraid of what is logically dangerous. But there are times we're just uncertain, like fearing things like the future and what is unknown. Sometimes it's not even fair, but our reaction to our lack of control. So yes, doubt and fear arise from time to time, more often for some of us than others. But how does a hurricane die? It runs out of power. The conditions that fuel its intensity are no longer present, and therefore the storm fades out. As a West Indian born and raised on the eastern end of Jamaica, I have had the unfortunate opportunity to witness plenty of near misses where hurricanes are concerned, to be in the predicted path of the storm only to be spared at the proverbial last minute. That means I've had plenty of practice in preparing for a storm that didn't actually arrive. The good thing about hurricanes, there are signs. They fall in a season and they can be predictable. So you evacuate if you live in flood-prone or low-lying areas. You watch and prepare for storm surges if you live off any coast, and you secure anything that can be blown away. Finally, you stock up on non-perishables and fuel. How do you apply this same concept to fear? You evacuate so you know what has a negative effect on your mental and emotional person. You know what triggers you, and you decide how to empty your space or walk away from those things. I've become an avid member of the Break from Social Media crew. I also don't listen to more than 15 minutes of the news, passively at that, once per day. And even then, I tend to remember all the bad news that were broadcasted in that 15 minutes. You watch and prepare. If you are like a regular human who is fearful of a bunch of things, and seasonally this rate of fear becomes heightened, then this is for you. Know yourself. Just like you can rid your space of triggers, you can also watch your own pattern and predict when you're about to spiral into a doubt and fear saga. Brace for it. Arm yourself. This shield is built from the confidence of knowing who you are and who you belong to. I have the tendency to act tough because, in all honesty, I've built a grand armor for myself for a lot of reasons. The most prominent being, I'm small. I still see myself as a small person. And people, I believe, prey on small people because they assume small means weak and vulnerable. But in truth, keeping up an armor like mine means I need proper resources on the inside, which I find in my small circles. People I actually let into my life for real are extremely important to me and my well-being. They are those who get to listen to my stories and my plans, talk me out of doubting myself, comfort me when I cry, when I spiral, cheer me on when I muster up the courage to try again, and pray for me when I feel weak. Finally, stock up. Even though I have my circle, I also know I can't always get to my people when I need them. But that's okay because I know who is always with me. I rest in God's words. I'm constantly reminded through scripture that I have nothing to fear. This is what bolsters my confidence to live how I now do. I still plan and very intricately, but I know who has greater plans for my life. The scripture says, "Let not your heart be troubled, and be not anxious about anything." It also says, "I should cast my cares upon God, for he cares for me." So the reason we can face any fear is because Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Those are God's words to his people. Full stop. Now imagine my favorite Bible character, David, when he wrote my favorite scripture, Psalm 23. There is a great power that comes from the line, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." Problem? I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Stance? Yea, though I will fear no evil. Reason? For thou art with me. It is for certain that David was quite aware of the dangers surrounding his current state, but he was also confident in the one who holds his life in his hands. It's the same God who keeps us through the most vulnerable states of our lives, who puts an edge around us, protects us as we go about our daily business, and comforts us when we feel sad, disappointed, lonely, hurt, neglected, rejected, confused, sick, etc. There's a state of mind, a storm that doesn't start at category 5. It builds up and feeds on the warm waters of whatever doubtful stimuli we have placed ourselves in, or have been placed in or exposed to. Fear is debilitating. It can stop our lives in the middle of living. But God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. Life can be overwhelming, and one way we react is with fear. But today I leave you with words from Naomi Rain's Find My Peace. Come near to me, closer to me, Jesus. Don't let me go, no other help I know, Jesus. Come fight for me, you make the darkness flee, Jesus. And I know I can do anything as you strengthen me, Jesus. So when the enemy tries to come for me, I will not fear, because you've prayed for me. I find my peace in you, Jesus. All of my joy in you, Jesus. It further states, and I am sure that you'll never leave me. You'll never forsake me. When I look around and everything's crazy, you are still God. And that's never changing. In the midst of my fears and my indecisions, you are still God. And until next time, take care.